Diana Ross conjures up the kind of men women dream about. Add a pinch of Natalie Cole, a touch of Laura Branigan, and the magic continues. Join Carlos and special guest hosts, the Weather Girls, on New York Hot Tracks tonight at 12:30. It's fierce.
If tuna were steak, you'd want the fillet. If tuna were chicken, you'd want the white meat. So when you're reaching for tuna, why not pick the tuna that's cut out to be the best, solid white? Bumblebee solid white tuna has a mild aroma and a delicate taste that tells you your family is getting the best cut of tuna you can buy. So when you're reaching for tuna that's cut out to be the best, reach for solid white from Bumblebee, a trusted name for quality.
Actor Jared Martin from Dallas.
At 5.
Mrs. Oakes, this is Dr. Kavanaugh.
How do you do?
Mrs. Oakes.
How do you do? Sit down, won't you?
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you for seeing me on such short notice.
Well, that's all right. May I ask you who referred you to me?
A very nice police officer. Christine Egan was her name. She spoke very highly of you.
I know Officer Egan. What can I do for you?
I expect that you've heard about the young man who attacked the district attorney at his press conference.
Yes, I saw a report about it on television last night.
That young man is my son, Davy. He needs your help, Dr. Kavanaugh.
Derek, you said you hoped to prove who killed Nicole Kavanaugh. When do we begin?
When all the players have arrived, Geraldine, we're still missing a few.
Come in.
Where did you find him?
That's at the entrance to the studio. I think he was having second thoughts about joining us.
Well, Detective Stoner convinced me. Mrs. Saxon.
Peter, you look absolutely dreadful.
Thank you very much. Been working on that. Matter of fact, that's all I've been working on.
You can get other work.
Somehow, I doubt that.
Peter, please, I realize. Come in.
Mrs. Saxon? What's going on?
Chief Mallory is in charge here, Stan. Perhaps you'd better ask him.
We are here to close the books on the Nicole Kavanaugh murder case. All right, now, I've eliminated all suspects except for 6.
6?
Geraldine Saxon, Peter Nevins, and Stan Hathaway, because they've admitted to being here in the building the night the makeup was switched. Skylar and Raven Whitney, because they're intimately involved in Walter Gantz's death. Walter was obviously killed by the same person.
Oh, phooey.
Or persons, as the case may be. And I regret to say one of my detectives, too. Chris Egan, Walter Gantz's ex-wife.
Really, Derek, I think that's stretching things a bit, don't you?
No, I don't think so, Geraldine. You see, you and Stan and Peter were not the only people in the studio the night the makeup was switched.
Who else was here?
No, you can't prove anything.
I'm gonna try like hell to. Because I think you were in the studio that night, and I don't think you left until after 1 a.m.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Era Plus. Gets out many tough stains with protein. And by Sure Antiperspirants in 3 convenient forms. They'll help keep you dry all day.
Raise your hand. You got it. Raise your hand. You know it. You feel confident, secure. Raise your hand. You feel dry now. Raise your hand. You know why now. Raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're sure.
You've got it. That Sure, secure, confident feeling. Because each Sure gives you enough protection to help feel dry all day.
Confident, confident, dry and secure. Raise your hand if you're sure. Raise your hand if you're sure.
tough stains on laundry. Today, there's a liquid laundry detergent that lets you write them off. Even set in mustard. Like that. The detergent is Era Plus. The plus is stain cleansing protein. Why protein? Because many stains, like mustard and blood, are made of protein. And protein gets out protein. Put Era Plus on stains. Add a quarter cup to clean the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but Era Plus gets out some of the toughest. Era Plus gets out stains with the surprising cleaning power of protein.
Davy has always been a good boy. Dr. Cavanaugh, a good son. He has many friends and received good grades at school, too.
Go on.
About a month ago, I guess it was, he changed. He used to be such an outgoing boy, but he became quiet, kept to himself, began spending hours in his room. Then his friends stopped coming over to visit him. I asked him why, and he said he didn't know. Dr. Cavanaugh, he didn't seem to care.
Is Davy an only child, Mrs. Oakes?
Yes, Gordon and I wanted another, but after Davy, I wasn't able to have any more children. And there is something else. I have to tell it.
What is that?
These past few weeks, I've been afraid to go into his room.
Why?
The walls are covered with pictures of eyes. Eyes cut out of magazine photographs, but just the eyes. Staring, watching. I asked him to take them down. And he cursed me. He cursed me, and he told me to leave him alone. Dr. Cavanaugh, he has never been like that to me. Never.
Mrs. Oakes, what you're describing could very well be symptoms of some sort of mental disorder.
But how could that be? How could that happen so fast? A month ago, he was our Davy, without a care in the world.
Well, it's possible that the disturbance has been there for a long time, and it manifested itself only recently.
Well, I don't see how. He's always been a sensitive boy, I guess. Imaginative, you know. He used to make up playmates that weren't there when he was younger, but all kids do that, don't they?
Many do, yes.
He's never hurt anyone or been cruel in his whole life. And now he's in jail, accused of trying to kill Mr. Carr. Dr. Cavanaugh, can you help him?
But, Mrs. Oakes, I'm not a psychiatrist. Now, what I can do, if you like, is go to see him tomorrow, give him a physical, see if I can detect anything organically wrong. And then if it seems to me that he needs psychiatric treatment, I would be happy to recommend somebody.
Thank you.
Suppose you tell us why you were in the studio that night.
I'm not saying I was. Somehow I get the feeling you think you already know.
Yes. You hid yourself here earlier that day, hoping to get a chance to talk to Nicole.
Prove it.
I will. You see, we already know that you killed your ex-husband.
What?
You killed Walter Gantz because he found out you'd murdered Nicole. Now, why did you kill her?
Okay, let's get one thing straight right now. I'm not admitting that I've murdered anybody.
You haven't said you didn't.
What I don't say can't be held against me. All right, you obviously seem to know part of the story.
Most of it, I'd say.
If you think I went down there to see her at the studio, you probably think it was because she knew me before I came to Monticello.
Good heavens.
She knew me. Under a different name.
Dr. Cavanaugh, there's a Cliff Nelson here to see you.
Hello, Cliff. Come on in.
Hi, Doc. Sorry to barge in without an appointment.
No problem, no problem.
Oh, very nice. What do you think of it?
Well, I love it, except maybe for the Egyptian motif.
Yes, I could do without that myself.
Is this a social visit, Cliff?
Well, not exactly. I'd like to have some advice.
Okay.
I'm worried about Dee Dee.
Why, is she ill?
No, well, you tell me. About 15 minutes ago, she came back to the office after I thought she had left for the day. We had a difference of opinion.
Is this lawyer talk for you had a fight?
Yes.
All right. She came back in. What happened? You start fighting again?
No, she apologized to me, and I apologized to her. We settled out of court. She said she was feeling better, and we started to work, and then she got very restless.
What do you mean, restless?
Well, it's hard to describe. She started looking around the office, watching me out of the corner of her eye. I thought I would cheer her up, so I said that I had seen Calvin, and that he said he missed her, and he wanted to patch up things between the two of them.
I didn't know there was a problem.
There is. Well, when she heard this, she got very angry, and she accused me of spying on her and trying to run her life. And I tried to defend myself. I'm supposed to be very good at those things.
And it didn't work?
No, she got mad, ran out of the office in a raging fury. I've never seen her like that.
At the Knoxville World's Fair, we laid a carpet to prove that Woolite self-cleaning rug cleaner with fiber pelt keeps rugs cleaner longer. After the crowds dirtied the carpet, we cleaned and vacuumed it with fast, easy, no-scrub Woolite. Later, when the crowds dirtied the rug again, all it took was a vacuuming to get it clean. Because Woolite has fiber pelt, which keeps rugs cleaner longer. So get Woolite self-cleaning rug cleaner with fiber pelt. Makes rugs easy to clean, hard to dirty.
As it goes, our family stays on top of things, even when it comes to health. We get our teeth checked. Kids always get their booster shots. But until Pearl came along with their Family Eye Care Month, we never got our eyes checked unless there was a problem. Incredible. There's nothing more important than our eyesight.
At Pearl, we set aside August as Family Eye Care Month, reminding you for all the years to come that nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl.
So how did you find out about all this?
When you first came to Monticello, it was obvious that you were hiding something.
Yeah, I just thought it was a relationship with her husband, that she was feeding him police information.
No, that's what she wanted us to believe, but it was much more than that. Now, what's your real name?
Mara Abbott. I was suspected of having killed another police officer.
To cover the bribes you were taking from a ring of drug dealers.
Those charges were never proved.
Well, Nicole knew about it.
Yeah, she interviewed me, but the story was never aired.
She must have uncovered something during her investigation that you thought was incriminating, even if she didn't. But all right, let's move up to date now. Chris knew that you two suspected Stan Hathaway of killing Nicole only because of his van and his cologne.
Cologne?
So she figured a way to pin it on you. You see, the Whitneys, they're just not the detectives they think they are. Chris planted all that evidence for them to find.
Wait a minute. What about the limping man?
A short man that talks with an electronically distorted voice, a voice that could have been lowered a few octaves. That could have been a woman.
You want me to put the cuffs on her now, Chief?
No.
And I know why, too. There's no proof. There's no proof that I was ever in the studio that night.
Wait a minute, is this right? If you had a witness, you could arrest her, otherwise she walks?
For now.
I wish I'd seen her.
Chief, I am innocent of those earlier charges. And I am innocent of Nicole or Walter's death. But I realize that you'll never believe me. So I'll hand in my resignation in the morning. Right now, I think I'll go home and pack.
Wait a minute. I didn't mention this before, but considering that she's going to pin a murder on me, I'll mention it now. I saw her in Nicole's dressing room that night.
Cliff, I don't know what to tell you. If Dee Dee's relationship with Calvin is not going well, and also you've moved into this new office in this new building that's probably required a significant outlay of money, am I right?
Sure.
Well, it's easy to see why Dee Dee might be more on edge these days, isn't it?
But what can I do to help?
Well, from what you've told me, if you do anything, Dee Dee is likely to think that you're just interfering. Why don't you just sit back and let Calvin try to effect a reconciliation. That might do the trick.
Okay. Well, I don't know about Dee Dee, but I certainly feel better.
Good, I'll send you a bill.
Oh, I can pay for it now.
I'm kidding, Cliff. If I ever need legal advice, I'll ask for a free tip or two.
Okay, you got it.
Miss Kavanaugh, please, I have to
talk to you. And here I am.
Doctor, I can't take it anymore. I'm going crazy.
Miss, I'm not a psychiatrist. I seem to be saying that a lot today.
I need someone to talk to. I'm so scared. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I think my boss is spying on me.
It's true. I saw her. I lied about leaving the studio a few minutes after 12.
Why?
For the same reason Peter Nevins denied being there at all. I knew you'd be suspicious if you thought I was hanging around all that time.
No, that's true. It certainly would have been very suspicious.
I was just scheduling my editing for the next day.
And you saw Chris go into Nicole's dressing room?
Yes.
No, he's lying.
Shut up. You've had your say.
I'm leaving.
I don't think so.
He can't prove he was there.
No? Well, maybe he can. Did you by any chance go in Nicole's dressing room after you saw her leave?
Yes. Make sure everything was in place.
Well, then you must have seen the message that she wrote on the mirror.
Yes. I did. At first, I thought that's the only thing she'd done.
Then why didn't you say anything? Can't you see that he is lying?
I am not.
If he's telling the truth, then he should remember what the message was.
Yes, I do. I'll never forget it. Lie sayer, your day is ended. Your time of silence has come.
That's no proof, because everybody knew what the message said.
No. No, they didn't. After Lydia saw it, she went right to Geraldine. Geraldine, did you tell anybody what that message was?
Only you, Derek.
Anybody besides you and Lydia and Nicole see it?
Peter did.
I didn't tell anybody. The police told me not to.
And then Nicole erased it right after I left her.
Come on. It was in all the papers.
Certainly was not.
That's right, it was not. We read all the newspaper accounts, we watched all the news. We knew a message had been left, but we didn't know what it was until now.
Well, the police often withhold vital bits of information like that from the public. It aids in our investigations.
See, that proves it. I'm telling the truth. I saw her there that night.
No, on the contrary. That proves that you killed Nicole.
What?
I was never in the studio at all.
You knew her before. You were, Mara something, Abbott.
Sorry. Chris Egan. Always has been. You see, Calvin, Chief Mallory, and I rehearsed this. Didn't go too badly, did it? See, the only people that could have known the message on Nicole's mirror were innocent parties.
Like Geraldine and Lydia and Peter.
Law enforcement officials.
And the killer.
Just a minute, wait. Keep your hands where I can see them. Move over there, move. Against the wall. You all think you're real clever, don't you?
Now, come on, it's all over now, so put the gun down.
Yeah. I thought you'd try something like this. Yeah. I knew she wasn't the killer. And I knew you were suspicious of me. I thought maybe I'd find a way to get out from under. It's a pretty clever little trap you set up, but I'm gonna get out of it.
Half the way, the entire building is surrounded.
Pick up. Now. Now. Nobody does anything. Get out.
Our little units. Get the exits.
Right.
You two stay right here.
Sorry, Jolene.
As you pointed out before, I'm a coward. You wouldn't happen to have anything to drink, would you?
My wife, Patty, is a real nature nut, and it shows. Look at that face. If Patty's not an Ivory girl, I don't know who is.
David does know me pretty well. I live healthy, I eat healthy, and I do wash with Ivory. I've tried soaps with heavy perfumes and deodorants, but they left me feeling like there was something I didn't want on my face. With Ivory, I get a gentle, natural kind of clean.
Healthy-looking skin. Ivory can help you have it, too.
I know Ivory won't make me a movie star or anything, but it makes me feel good about myself.
Duncan Hines cookies.
Chewy, gooey, making chewy, gooey cookies, making homemade fun with Duncan Hines cookie mix.
If you love hot out of the oven homemade cookies, you're gonna love making chewy, gooey cookies with Duncan Hines Cookie Mix. Fun baking cookies that are chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Oh, we love to mix 'em, love to bake 'em, love to eat 'em. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good.
Hi. You're Joe the plumber?
Yeah, short for Joanne.
Can you save my sink?
Saved. Now this.
Last night's dinner.
And germs. You need Comet, the 2-in-1 cleanser. Only Comet's got chloranol. Comet cuts through tough, greasy food stains better than other leading cleansers. Plus, only Comet says it disinfects.
Where did you learn that?
My Aunt Josephine.
To wipe out stains and kill household germs, get Comet.
The 2-in-1 cleanser.
Look for great values on Comet now in the fall cleaning display at your store.
Get back in that office.
You said some pretty rude things to us back
We can talk about that later. We were right all the time.
I'm sorry I had to play it that way, but get out of here before you get hurt.
There he is!
You all right?
Yes, come on.
It's going up.
Which iced tea mix has no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial nothing?
Clearly Nesty, cold, crisp, clean, brisk. Clearly Nesty, clear, fresh, cool, wet.
Let's get Nesty, splish splash, a pure blast, naturally zesty, clearly Nesty. Nesty iced tea mix has no artificial colors, no artificial flavors, no artificial nothing.
Thirsty, witchy, clearly Nesty.
Here's a trash bag like no other. The new Glad handle tie trash bag. One snap, you've got two handles. Just tie them together to close the bag tight. No twist ties to come off. The handles are tough, too. So this bag does a lot more than just hold the trash. This bag helps you get a handle on it. Real sensible. The new Glad handle tie trash bag makes that long haul to the curb seem shorter. Get Glad handle tie bags for your kitchen, too.
Great day in the morning.
Loving.
What is it?
I can't go through with it. I can't marry you.
I'm not going to believe any of it until you tell me why. What happened to change your mind?
Loving.
You still alive?
Yeah.
Stan, it's Chief Mallory. Can you hear me? Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. You don't have much time. Are you willing to make a dying confession? Did you kill Nicole Kavanaugh? Did you kill Walter Gantz? Did you make the attempt on Peter Nevin's life?
Phony.
That was just to keep him out of jail until he got fed the Mike Carr story, right?
There's more to that. More to it than that. That stuff in the back of the van, it was planted. I wouldn't be stupid enough to leave it there.
Chief, the ambulance is on its way.
Stan, did the rope break? Did you lose your grip when the helicopter lifted you?
It's all in one piece.
I didn't lose my grip. I just misinterpreted my usefulness.
Was Nicole Kavanaugh killed for the same reason that Peter Nevin was set up to take over WMON?
Who is the limping man?
You don't understand. We've just uncovered the tip of the ice. The ice has been... They own this town.
He's gone.
What did he say?
He said they own the town.
5,317 miles of jogging, 3,765 laps in the pool, 10,412 sit-ups, and a little help from my friend Sweet and Low. It really helps me stay this way. It helps me and about 29 million other people. It's been around for years. It tastes great, and it has just 2 little calories per teaspoon. But you know why I really love Sweet and Low? Because I really hate sit-ups.
Wherever you go, Sweet and Low.
Look what you can make, look what you can do. Make it bright, make it fun, make it good as new. Yes, you, look what you can do with Elmer's glue. Yes, you, look what you can do with Elmer's glue. Yes, you, look what you can do with America's can-do glue.
Tonight, Krause gives him the business when she impersonates an eccentric billionairess on Benson. Then, what happens when the class klutz becomes a computer genius? Herndon and Me, an ABC comedy special. After she was 17 and thought that nobody knew she was alive, until she began starving herself. The best little girl in the world on the Friday night movie.
Sunday, for the first time ever, former world leaders of France, England, Australia, West Germany, and the United States discuss the world face-to-face with David Brinkley, George Will, and Sam Donaldson. The World Forum from Vail, Colorado on This Week with David Brinkley, Sunday.
Sweetums!
Oh,
ignore that.
Time for din-din.
I'll ignore that, too.
Don't be finicky. Guess what you're having?
If it was the good stuff, she'd say so.
It's 9 Live.
It is the good stuff.
9 Lives is nutritious food like diced meat and tasty vegetables in our savory stew.
Savory stew? Stupendous.
9 Lives, the unique recipes cats can't resist.
9 Lives. Everything else is just cat food.
I'm Patrick Flaherty from the Intersweet Bank, and I never dreamed I'd have a tax man for a partner.
Well, I'm Eric Rush, and when I joined the IRS, I never thought I'd be giving away money. It's all yours.
Friday, September 9th, everyone's a winner. They're giving away millions on lottery.
It's a rather pleasant job. That special feeling on lottery. That special feeling on ABC.
Today's advanced formula Snowy. Each 40-ounce box contains 20 washes. But Clorox 2, each 40-ounce box contains only 10 washes. 20. 10. You get twice as many washes in a box of Snowy. And Snowy costs a lot less to use. An advanced formula Snowy is so effective, not even Clorox 2 outcleans Snowy's powerful stain fighters. Advanced formula Snowy does a lot more for a lot less.
Great day in the morning, in the afternoon.
On Loving.
What is it? I can't go through with it. I can't marry you.
I'm not going to believe any of it until you tell me why. What happened to change your mind?
And on One Life to Live, a deadly threat to Clint.
This is war, right?
Unites the Buchanans.
We're doing what we should be doing. Closing ranks and hanging tough. We gotta fight. We got no choice.
Loving One Life to Live.